are at the Toronto Zoo this morning with the babies. They have this scenic safari experience because of the pandemic. So you're able to actually take your car and drive through the zoo and be able to see the animals. So one thing about this is you have to buy your tickets prior to arriving. So you have to buy them online before you arrive, and you have to arrive during your scheduled time that you book when you purchase the tickets. So we've gotten the tickets. We're here now. We're going to be going through the safari, and I will see what it's like and offer some tips for any mommies who may be bringing their little ones with them, just so you're well prepared for when you come. So I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty. So they have a podcast that you can subscribe to from your iPhone. If you have an iPhone, I think they also have it for Google Play. It's basically an audio tour that you're going to be listening to as you go through the safari. Because I have young kids with me, I've just totally abandoned that. It's just not working out for me because there are too many distractions, with having kids. I'm not able to properly hear the podcast because, my kids are constantly talking, which is fine. So I've just totally scrapped it, and we're just having our own conversations in the car as we're going along, and having some snacks as well with them here. Okay, honey, can you give her some more crackers? She really likes those crackers. Thank you. They're Cheez-Its. So my son's being a really good mummy helper here, feeding his sister some crackers. Did you get the cracker? So we're still going through. So far we've seen the one horn rhino and one giraffe. We're still going through it. They said it's about 45 minutes to an hour to get through the actual safari. So yeah, the key is to also have tons of snacks for your children, just so they don't get bored or start getting hungry and start sort of being very irritable. So to avoid that, I've brought tons of snacks for them. We're gonna see a lot of other animals. What do you think we're gonna see next? Do you want to see the zebra?
Yeah, I want to.
Okay, we're just getting through it now. Would you like some more snacks? No. Would you like some? Got some grapes? You want some grapes? Okay, remember your job is to give Tandy the crackers, right? SK, you gotta give it to her. You gotta, come on now.
She's in the back.
Yeah, but you gotta, did you give it to her? She has one? Okay. Thank you. Being such a good mommy helper. I like it. I love it. Thank you for helping mommy out. What do you think we're gonna see next?
Zebra.
Yeah? I think she wants some more crackers. She's putting her hand out. So we're coming up to the zebra sites over here. How many zebra are there, honey? How many zebra do you see?
2.
No, count again.
1.
Uh-huh.
2.
Uh-huh.
3.
There you go. Yeah, there's 3. But we're still going through the zebra section. I see a rhino over there. Is she happy? Yeah, because you're giving her the crackers. So I see 2 rhinos over there. I love this little hut over here because it just reminds me so much of back home. For those of you who may not know, I am from a country in Southern Africa called Botswana. So it reminds me so much of back home. These are gazelles or springboks. I'm not too sure.
It's a gazelle.
But I like this anti-poaching patrol vehicle they have here.
Mom, the gazelle looks
They
like
really tried to,
gazelle.
yes, honey. They really tried to emulate what an African safari would look like. So I like that about this zoo here. I think we're getting up to the cows. I forget.
This is the cow said.
Yes. These are the cows you'd find in Africa, I believe Rwanda. Not too sure, I could be wrong about that. But I don't know if you can see them here, but there they are over there.
Mama, what do we see in the cave?
There you go.
What do we see in the cave?
We see a hyena, I think. Just walking around.
Why is it walking around?
Because it's, I don't know, honey. Maybe it's trying to find something. When the zoo is properly open, they have this little station over here where you can get some snacks and stuff like that. I really like the way they've built this. So to get the most out of this experience, they recommend that you only drive at 5 kilometers per hour. So it's super slow. At every sort of point, they have this sort of guide for you to press play on your podcast so you listen to the tour. So that's really helpful as well for those who are interested in the tour. So I did ask them in the beginning of the tour what their recommendations were regarding children. So they basically said that if there's an additional adult in the car sitting at the front, one of the children can sit on the adult's lap, but you know, arms, head, and legs have to remain in the car. So basically, you cannot put any part of your body outside the car. And if there's no additional adults in the vehicle, they said you can unbuckle one of the children, or depending on their ages, I should say, from their car seats and just keep them in the back, but they always have to be sitting down. So that's that. It's totally also going to be up to you as a parent, what you feel most comfortable with doing during this safari experience. So it's up to you guys what you prefer to do. So I just thought I let you know about that, so you know that that's an option. Just so that the kids can also be able to see without being restricted in their car seats. But it's entirely up to you at the end. That little waterfall over there, it's so pretty.
It's gonna go in the waterfall.
Mm-hmm. There's our friend, the tiger.
I don't know.
Just there. They're just chilling.
I can't go closer to the tiger.
Because it's dangerous. I think these are llamas, if I'm not mistaken. Can you give her a blueberry, please, Husky?
What is that?
It looks like a llama. So I think we're entering the Eurasia part of the zoo right now. And I guess we're going to be seeing animals from that region. How cool are these vending machines over here? goats over here. Very nice scenery they have over here.
Tell me what it is.
I don't know what it is. I forgot. I couldn't see the name of it. So the kids are doing a great job so far. They have not gotten restless yet. The key to that, I think, was to have tons of snacks for them and to also have left the house well fed, and just keeping my 3-year-old interactive, and just sort of keeping him involved in what we're doing, and having him be a helper for his little sister. So it's turning out pretty good so far. It's definitely something that we needed, seeing that we're going through a global pandemic right now and we're not really able to go out. So I'm glad the zoo and the government were able to finalize this plan and come up with this sort of plan for people to still be able to go to the zoo despite everything being shut down now. So it's turning out really well. I know myself as a mom and as a parent, I could not be more thankful that they did this. The prices to get inside are a little on the pricey side, but at this point, I will pay any amount to safely get my children out of the house and out and about and exploring and doing other things. So I think we may be coming to the end of the tour. I'm not sure. So it's been about an hour and 20 minutes so far that we've been in this sort of scenic safari situation with the zoo. So it looks like we're coming to the end of it. So yeah, it was pretty good overall. I probably may do it again later on, maybe when the weather gets even hotter, and if the city and the province are still on sort of a lockdown situation, we may do it again just so they have something to do and they're not getting bored just being at home and just getting to go to the park. So yeah. So SK, did you have fun today at the zoo?
Let's come here again tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? I don't think we can come here again tomorrow morning. Maybe in a few weeks we can come back again. So what animals did you see so far? Huh?
A tiger,
Mm-hmm.
and a gazelle,
Mm-hmm.
and a flamingo,
Mm-hmm.
and a tiger,
Mm-hmm.
and a zebra,
Mm-hmm.
and I went into the cave,
Yeah.
and I saw a tiger,
Right.
zebra,
Uh-huh.
and
What other animal did you see that was very, very tall?
rhino,
Yeah, there you go. What other animal that was very, very tall?
and a giraffe.
Yeah.
What
Good
did the
job.
giraffe say?
And what did the giraffe say?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know either. So we didn't get to see the lions today because I'm not actually sure. They probably were just far away from our view because it was a little sunny outside, and I know they like to sort of stay away from the sun, so that was probably the case. We also didn't get to see any elephants because the Toronto Zoo actually doesn't have elephants anymore because I think it was getting too costly to have them there, because every winter they would have to be transported to California because the weather gets too cold here for the elephants to survive in the winter. So I think it was getting a little too costly for the zoo to keep doing that, so they just decided to do away with the elephants. I think that's what happened. I'm not too sure about that. I think I remember seeing something to that effect. So yeah, it would have been nice to see the elephants and the lions. So I'm not too sure if you could still call it a safari without lions and elephants. So I'm a little skeptical about that. You know, so that just may be my own bias because I am from Southern Africa, and if you are going to a safari, you are going to end up seeing lions and elephants. So I was a little bummed out that we weren't able to see those today in our safari at the Toronto Zoo. But that was pretty much it about our visit to the zoo. So if any mommies or any parents have taken their little ones to the zoo, just let me know if you have any sort of words of advice or any sort of tips you may want to share with me for the next time I go there with my little ones as well. Let me know how your experience was when you decided to go there, but most of all, I'll catch up with you guys later because my children are getting restless now. So we need to get out of the car and get moving. So I hope you stay safe and stay well. I'll catch up with you some other time. Bye.